One of my first years teaching, there was a student who was standing at the door, never seen the kid before, trying to impress a girl who was in my class. The bell rang. I told him, hey, get to class. Called security. Security didn't end up bringing him to class. They brought him to the front office for some discipline. There was no admin to talk to him at the time. So when I went up at the end of the day to go check on this kid and figure out like what happened, they told me they had referred him to the on-campus cop. When I went to go talk to the cop, told me that this student had admitted to threatening me and then pushed the cop, and he's now going to be booked and probably going to juvenile hall. I look at that kid and the fact that his whole life trajectory changed because of a phone call I made, because of the fact that there was an administrator who was not able to talk to him because there was a cop on our campus. If there was not a cop there, if there was a psychiatrist, if there was a counselor, if there was anyone besides a cop, that kid is back on campus that next day. That kid might have graduated from our school. That kid might be doing college and all sorts of great things at this point. And we derailed his entire life because there was a cop on our campus.
One of the things that is really important that we understand when it comes to policing on campuses is that we have a lot of diverse students on our campuses. We are one of the most diverse school districts in Los Angeles County, and we also have the highest foster youth population in the entire state of California.
It's almost exploitative to be ready to arrest these students when we know that they're vulnerable.
I got expelled for fighting, but it was because I was being bullied throughout my whole term at Eastside High School. It was a bit of a culture shock when we moved there. Went to a probationary school called Phoenix, where it is predominantly controlled by, police officers, and it was like a personal relationship we had with the sheriff. And I feel like we could have had a personal relationship with a counselor, or, took other steps or had other programs available.
We need more mental health, people who are trained in how to deal with mental health issues. I see my students, they come to me, they have conversations with me. I'm going through these things.
We know not all of them come with what they need to be successful adults or to even stay out of trouble, So we have to take the kids where they are and try to give them what they need and learn from them.
When you're spending money trying to enforce a population, what you're saying to that population out the gate is, we see you as criminals. We see you as less than. Don't spend $1.6 million trying to create a culture that's going to protect students, create a culture that's going to nurture students to grow.
When we're talking about these approaches to policing, we wouldn't be having this conversation if everything was working. If students were going to be safe when we were going back to schools, we wouldn't be having this discussion.
It's not just about a certain population in this district. There's a lot of other kids that we should be thinking about when we're making these decisions, and listening to those voices.
So this needs to be a conversation in which everyone is involved, not just people that are public officials or politicians, not just people who are in uniform. We need to involve everyone.
We want our campus to be a safe place. I don't want shootings to happen. I don't want anything like that. But I want it to be a safe place not just for me as a teacher, but for our students, especially our students of color, where they can go knowing that they're going to go home at the end of the day being closer to their goals, not farther away, and get that education, not incarceration.
My dream is that one day a kid like me can just walk onto school and not have to worry about nothing but school. So yeah, that's how I feel about it.